Okay, boys and girls, so here we are. It's myself and Willow Greensong. We have been discussing a few different points today, and we have been investigating some information that we were provided regarding Randall Bean and Mora along his arrest and the different legal issues he's facing and some of the information that we have been finding out on the matter. Willow.
Hey. Yeah. I have like so many questions that I want to ask particular people that are involved. So hopefully we can, or that were there, hopefully we can work that out and figure some stuff out with this. And I found some pretty interesting information about some people that were there at the location whenever all this stuff happened with Randy.
Yeah, and so for you guys, this video is a collaboration video we're doing, and we're actually going to be calling the sales manager for Buddy Gregg Motor RV and Motorhomes. We were given the direct access number, which is supposed to be for this sales manager. He is the guy that actually dealt with the FBI and dealt with USAA during the illegal and unlawful arrest, seizure, and detainment of Randall Keith Bean. So yeah, we're going to go into calling him in a moment. There's a couple key points that we're going to go over. This is information that we had received. I can't disclose where. But this is truthful and factual information. We're going to try to corroborate this and find out more details on it. So the gentleman that we're going to be contacting is Gerald Byrne, or Jerry, and he is the sales manager for Buddy Gregg RV and Motorhomes. Per the official record, and the official record, I mean the official record from the court. This is stuff that you guys, it's not out publicly yet, but this is true and factual information. There's a gentleman named True Brown who supposedly works for USAA, and what else did he do, Willow?
I found some information about him being potentially involved with some corruption, hiding some corruption that was going on with DOJ. And I've been trying to look into that and find out more information about it as much as I can. Any pictures of him either on the internet or anything like that. But it was something to do with a cover-up of the FBI, and it was a DOJ and FBI cover-up, and it was with True Brown being connected with some people that were connected with the Social Security Administration and the Social Security Department through the White House. Somebody by the name of Jeremy Bernard is somebody that was over Social Security of the White House. So I don't know if he still is over Social Security of the White House, but apparently True Brown was connected to him in some way with some fraudulent activity. That's what I found.
Yeah, and you know, so as per the information I received, guys, as per the official record, True Brown was an employee with USAA. This is according to True Brown, and this is according to some documented information that will be going. It will be public soon enough. It's not yet, and we'll go more into it when it does become public. But he also purported that he was FBI. He told Buddy Gregg Motorhomes that he was an FBI agent at first and lied to them. The truth is, from what it seems, he was a prior FBI and he lost his position in the FBI, as Willow was just saying, due to some corruption and some bad practices. So he lied to Buddy Gregg Motorhomes. Gerald Byrne, the sales manager, told him at first he was FBI, which the truth is he was prior FBI. Then after lying to him, he came out and said, "Well, actually, I work for USAA," and he told Gerald Byrne that Randy is a scam artist and cashed out these CDs early, and that he needed to reverse the purchase of the RV and send the funds back. Well, being that he first impersonated an FBI officer, from what the official record shows, Gerald Byrne did not trust True Brown, which I don't think anybody would he's impersonating an agent and lying about who and what he is. So he did not, listen to True Brown at first. What happened was he didn't trust True Brown, being he impersonated to be an FBI agent, and then proceeded to say he was a USAA employee. From there, prior to all of that, even somebody had called up Gerald Byrne and impersonated Randall Bean before Randy was arrested or any of that went down. Somebody called Buddy Gregg Motorhomes, and they left a message stating that they were Randall Bean and that he changed his mind about buying the RV. He wanted to cancel the transaction and wanted a refund. Well, when they got the message, they went and called Randy. Randy was like, "Whoa, wait a minute! No, I didn't want to cancel the transaction. That was not me." So there's some obviously weird stuff that went on surrounding
Yeah.
all of this. So Gerald Byrne, after having somebody impersonate Randy, and then True Brown impersonate an FBI official, and then claiming to be a USAA employee, he did not trust True Brown, so he called USAA directly to verify, being that True Brown was saying that the funds were fraudulent, that they were no good, etc., etc. So Gerald Byrne contacted USAA himself, and USAA said everything was fine, that the funds were there, everything was on the up and up. So it seems a little strange that the USA employees that Gerald Byrne spoke with directly before the arrest said everything was fine, almost like the employees didn't really know what was going on, like it was being kept quiet. Probably, my guess, the reasoning for that is that Randy did not commit anything illegal. They just did not want him to be able to actually take his money from his account, his slavery debt account, and purchase this. So they had to set him up and find a way of charging him to make a statement.
Right.
So now we're going to call Gerald Byrne. Is there anything else you wanted to add, Willow, before we do that?
I'm wondering if Gerald Burns knows the name of the person that he spoke to that worked at USAA, or if he remembers anyone's name through ASAA. Because I wonder if USAA would give us any type of information if we contacted them.
Yeah, that's actually something that I already tried to do, Willow. When I don't know if you saw, I put out a video when I saw that the VP of the fraud department either was terminated or quit. There was no information as to whether they were terminated or quit. It was right after Heather and Randy's arrest sometime. His employment with them, or his partnership with them, was terminated, and he was the VP of the whole fraud and
Wait, whose employment was terminated?
The vice president of the fraud department for USAA. He was their what do you call it? Their loss prevention guy. That he was the top as high as you go. He was the VP, and I still have yet to be able to confirm if the employment was that he quit or if he was terminated. I'm thinking he may have quit, because they were trying to have him do, immoral, illegal things to Randy about this, Randy and Heather, and that he quit because he didn't want to be a part of it.
I wonder, do you know what his name is at all or anything like
Yes,
that?
I do. It's in. I'll get that after. It's in one of my videos. Actually, you know what? Let me pause the recording and I'll go grab that because it might be useful. I think it's Tom Shaw if I remember correctly, but let me just
Okay.
double check it.
Okay.
Okay. So Willow, the name there is Tom Shaw. For you
Okay.
guys that did not know about this, this was a video I put out on August 14th. At the end of July, by the end of July, Tom Shaw, who worked for USAA for very many years, and he actually worked in numerous other places doing the same thing, fraud, loss prevention. He was actually one of the go-to authorities for loss prevention and fraud prevention for these big banks. I actually did look into him, looked online, and there are many different news articles about him where he's like talking about loss prevention and avoiding fraud and all that kind of stuff. So he was like kind of a go-to authority for that. And there's
Right.
nothing normally when somebody big like that leaves um, a company after being in a position, there's something about it like, oh, he's retiring, or oh, hey, he's going on to something else. There's nothing about him leaving. Just that he left after Heather and Randy's incident and their arrest. From there, by the end of July, he was gone, and now he's working freelance in the same field. So I'm kind of assuming that he may have quit. He wasn't comfortable with doing, um,
Okay, good.
but yeah. So now you were going to say something or ask something while the camera was done rolling. What was that?
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out if I was going to ask if you had contacted Tom Shaw himself because I love to go and search people up and find them and contact them. Everybody has Facebook, and if they don't have Facebook, then something weird's going on. But unless they're
Face
super older, a lot of older
Facebook.
people don't have it.
I did not find a
So
Facebook for him. He has the LinkedIn profile. I did look up. I searched high and low for contact information. I found different phone numbers. One of which is for the like the what do you call it there? Like the Rotary or whatever for the area he's in. Different clubs that he's a member of, but it was listed as a contact number for him. I tried calling. His like
right,
Chamber of Commerce number was listed under him for some reason as his own number. There was several numbers I tried to contact with no luck there. I did contact USAA. I contacted their media relations line. I left them a voicemail. I documented it. I actually think that's in the video. I recorded the call to them, the voicemail I left, asking for information and mentioning the fact that it's strange that their head of fraud, their VP for fraud department, left after the issue with Heather and Randy, and that I was looking for a comment and I never got a response back. Um, so that is on my things
yeah,
to
that
do
is
is
weird.
to recall them about that. And if you're going to call them as well, then that would be good. And the community, if they can start calling them too, that would be good as
Yeah.
well. So.